Jenny weighed 224 pounds, and every time she bent over to tidy things up, a guy named Jason would stare at her from behind, admiring her. Ever since he first laid eyes on Jenny, Jason had been drawn to her curvy, full figure. He even daydreamed about her in class. Sometimes he'd slip a paper tube between his legs. Before long, a puddle of liquid would form at the feet of the teacher in the front row. The teacher was shocked, thinking it had come from the student who'd just gone up to take the stage. Jason was utterly obsessed with Jenny. To get a chance to see her, he'd always come to the store where she worked with different excuses to ask her questions. Coincidentally, one night when Jason was on his way home, he saw Jenny about to close the store. He made up an excuse about needing to borrow something and hurried inside. But as soon as he stepped in, he saw Jenny moving some heavy items. He tried to step forward to help, but Jenny mocked him, saying he was too short and weak to be of any use. Jason was hurt by her words, but he refused to back down. To prove his strength, he offered to pick Jenny up. In truth, his real goal was just to get physical contact with her. Jenny was intrigued by the idea. After all, besides her father, no man had ever picked her up before. But Jason had severely underestimated Jenny's weight. The first time he lifted her, he could only hold her for less than 5 seconds before he was completely drained of strength. Jenny was ready to call off the little game, but Jason's competitive streak had been ignited. The second time, he stuck out his tongue, summoned the last of his energy, and lifted Jenny again, putting on a show of looking effortless as he carried her around the room twice. But the rush of blood to his head was too much. The moment he set Jenny down, he felt dizzy and had to lean against the wall, gasping for breath. After seeing Jason's impressive stamina for someone his size, Jenny decided to give him a special reward. 10 minutes later, Jason was completely worn out. He was so exhausted that he didn't even have the strength to push open the door. Jenny had to help him out. This experience only made Jason more obsessed with Jenny, but he swore he'd never show off his strength in front of her again, because after just one time lifting her, he needed to rest in bed for a whole week to recover.